What's up? It's your boy. I'm
dead, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to start it, bro.
This nigga JT ugly.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Datrice Mulsumo.
What the fuck?
You can't get the intro.
We can't even start this shit. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Datrice Mulsumo.
Yo, this is yo. You gotta say who's next, bro.
You say you want money, but money only get you things. It's your dream.
And the problem that we face is nobody say the truth. Everybody wanna talk but don't know what to do. And our parents did it to us and we just living it through. If you wanna change it, gotta start with you. And the problem that we face is nobody say the truth. Everybody wanna talk but don't know what to do. And our parents did it to us and we just living it through. If you wanna change it, gotta start with you.
Today we're going to talk about the 3 things that high-ticket closing is involved in. Because sales isn't in everything that you do in life. Like, you're going to have to sell your family, you're going to have to sell your friends, you're going to have to sell the people around you, or people are going to be trying to sell you. So you have to realize that sales isn't in everything that we do. And today we're going to talk about the 3 things that sales is involved in. And one of the first ones that I can instantly think about is relationships. Like, is you always have to sell, like, you know, people who are close to you sometimes, not just by taking their money. Sales is not just about taking somebody's money. It could be you selling somebody an idea, right? Like, a lot of times I remember when I had to quit my job to go be an entrepreneur, that freaked a lot of people out around me. Like, my mom was like, why are you quitting your job? My girl's like, why are you quitting your job? But I knew that I had this thing that I wanted to do. So I had to be able to communicate and I had to be able to sell them on the idea of why I wanted to quit my job to go be an entrepreneur. So you always have to sell people in your life. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it's everywhere, bro. Like, I could think of numerous times where I had to not really convince, but like, you know, speak on my mindset and share that with people, and to where it makes sense from their perspective. Whether it's like a sports debate. How many times we had the conversations about the best athlete? Yeah. You guys know you are too. I done cooked a lot of you guys, and your moms too. Your parents, if you want to go a different route than the way they raised you and want you to go a different route. So it's in everywhere, man. It's not just a girl, a female, you know, shooting your shot at a bar. It's also like brother, sister.
Man, I've been sold on so many females, bro. So many females sold me.
Yeah, bro.
Clothes me.
I didn't sell you.
Got clothes.
I got clothes.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that deep. It can be as simple as you want a new TV, but your wife doesn't want it. She doesn't want to do it, so you're going to have to close her. Oh, why do I want this TV?
Like,
what is this TV going to do for me?
I see my dad close my mom so many times on, like, buying. Like, my dad buy, like, stuff for no reason. TVs, buy a new phone if he could, Apple Watch. My mom be like, no. He somehow sells her to get whatever you want. That Bentley you got, had to sell her to get that.
Absolutely.
That's everything.
When I got my Maserati, I remember, man, everybody around me was telling me why I shouldn't get a nice car that I want. Somebody told me to go get a Toyota just to save money. I'm like, why the hell would I go buy a Toyota? No offense to all the Toyota drivers out there, but why the hell would I go buy a Toyota when I know I got the money to buy a Maserati and I can afford it? I could buy it twice if I wanted to, right? So it was like I wanted that car because that was my dream car, and I had to sell the people around me on why I should get that car. You know, my girl's like, oh, are you think you ready to buy this car yet? You sure you want that car? You sure you want to do this? You sure you want to live in that nice apartment? You sure you want to do this? I get everybody's concern, but it's like when you want something so bad and other people don't see why you want it, you're gonna have to sell them, because, you know, if you don't sell them, they're just gonna be complaining to you all day. So you want to sell them on why, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, Sell or Be Sold. Grant Cardone, good book. Sell or Be Sold. Y'all should check that out.
Oh yeah, if you're not selling, somebody's selling you. That's for a fact.
Everything we do, we either selling. So the one who sells just makes the bread.
Absolutely.
Let's make the bread.
Absolutely. So sales is in all your relationships, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's your cousins. You're going to have to sell people on your life, on your ideas, on your morals, on your values, on what you want. So sales is in everything that you do, right? And another thing that sales can really be used in is in communication. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. I don't feel like people know how to talk to people. There's some people that will come talk to me and they're just putting their heads down and they're trying to talk to me like this way. It's like, no, you wanna look at somebody in the eye. You don't have to stare at them, but you wanna have eye contact. You wanna know how to communicate with people, how to build rapport with people, how to shake somebody's hand the right way. Like, a lot of people don't know how to communicate, and sales is so important when it comes to communication.
It's all communication. That's really what it is. Communication.
The biggest thing I learned too is like when you communicate with someone, it's about moving the needle. Like, yeah, there's times where we talk just to talk and just chill and relax. But like effective communication, like what's the outcome of this 30-minute call I'm about to be on? Or what's the outcome of this conversation right now? This dialogue that we're about to have, what's the outcome? It's about moving that needle so that when that conversation is over, there's some takeaway so that you look back at that conversation like, okay, I took something away, right? You ain't trying to waste no time.
And most important though, we gotta sell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we don't all sell ourselves on something.
Oh yeah,
So that's one of the biggest things
all the time, especially with working out.
Oh,
You gotta sell yourself to work out all the time. You're selling yourself to work out, selling yourself to eat healthy.
you gotta sell yourself.
You gotta know how to sell so bad you can sell yourself, because you're gonna wake up in the morning and you're gonna be like, I know I should be working out, but your body gonna tell you, nah, tomorrow you can do it later.
Hey, like that one morning I sold all y'all. I'm working out that day. I closed all y'all. I had that man Alan waiting.
Yeah.
I had Trees. Everybody was up.
You sold
y'all
us.
sure y'all want to do this? I saw Trees. You was up at 4 a.m. It's 7 o'clock. Y'all sure?
And I'm trying to sell myself. Do I want to wake up or do I want to stay in
So
these
basically,
shoes?
you
That's
close
the biggest
yourself.
thing, waking up.
Exactly.
That's the biggest close.
Oh, yeah.
Should I even get up today?
So you gotta learn how to communicate and how to sell. Like, even if you know that you don't have maybe the best qualities in life, or you're not the most talented person in life, but you have something that's in you that makes you unique. And knowing how to sell yourself can help bring that uniqueness out of you so people can see it. Otherwise, nobody's gonna see it if you don't communicate, right? Like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said in one of his interviews that if he never knew how to sell or communicate, that he would just be the richest stockbroker in Omaha, Nebraska that nobody ever knew of. But he took a course from Dale Carnegie in the 1990s that actually taught him how to be able to sell and communicate, which now people know who he is. So knowing how to sell and communicate will help people know who you are. So if you feel like you're in the shadows, or you feel like nobody feels like you're talented, or nobody feels like you're good enough, or you don't have that confidence, you need to learn how to sell and how to communicate. You need to go take a sales course, or you need to go learn from somebody who teaches sales so you can know how to communicate and get your point across. So like sales is so important in life.
It's a way of life, man.
So like what could you guys say is like one of the biggest things that you use for sales?
I'll say the first thing that came outside of communication is easily the first thing, but outside of that is confidence, self-confidence, knowing that you can go into any interaction and walk out of it with something or nothing. So self-confidence is everything, man. And that's one thing that high ticket closing helped me a lot personally. I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah, what you say?
What's like the most important thing that you feel like you use sales for?
Man, the most important thing, just closing in general with sales. It helped me with discipline a lot. That's probably the biggest thing. It helped me get, okay, I have to do this. I have to make these calls. I got to be up at 8 today.
Yeah.
Before I'm like, okay, I might as well sleep into a room, but you got to call at 7 a.m. or you can't sleep in. You got to do it.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Real.
So
That's a fact. Sales would get you discipline and accountability, because you can't lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like when you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can get that. Well, when you wake up the next day, you told yourself something, and not only did you tell yourself something, you told yourself why you should do that thing and why it's so valuable to yourself. So when you wake up in the next day or the next morning, you feel like you need to go do that because you told yourself that. And after a while, when you tell yourself stuff that you need to do and you don't do it, it diminishes your confidence. That's why a lot of people lack confidence, because they always tell themselves to do stuff, but they're not good at selling themselves to actually go do it. So you can sell yourself to actually go do something, you start increasing your confidence. Like after a while, when you start waking up early, you start feeling good, huh?
But also, when it comes to selling yourself, bro, you have to have a goal.
Yes.
Because if you can't sell yourself, you're not working. If you're just going to work out just to work out, like you have to have that. Okay, I'm working out to look like this, or I'm waking up to make this money on this call. But if you don't have a goal, there's no direction. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
That's the fact. You have to have some type of goal or destination. What do you feel like is the biggest thing that you use sales or closing for?
just like what Rome said myself, all the success I had in sports basketball, I really had to sell myself like, bro, you gotta work out all day.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta not go be a regular kid, go to parties all day. Even now, you know, we can't just go party every week, every day, go hang out, stay up all night, you know, be on the phone all night anymore. I gotta sell myself. Like, again, you gotta sell yourself in yourself, because at the end of the day, where we get to is depending on those habits.
Mm-hmm.
Right, those habits, we have to sell ourselves on those habits that are so hard. I don't know why it is. Why is it that it's so hard to really get that habit? I don't know, once you get that habit like ingrained in your mind, it's just easy. But it's so hard to get started. So selling yourself to get started on it and to stay consistent and disciplined.
It's tough.
That's the key to life, for real. To stay consistent and disciplined. At some point, it's gonna
something has to
that
happen.
big goal gonna come up, just brick by brick. But it's just so hard.
It's hard because of like the people that teach us in life. Is people that are around us. Our parents weren't the best salespeople. They weren't aware of sales, and they didn't take it to as serious as we're taking it. So if our parents are constantly telling us things to do, but that they don't do, well, we're not gonna see it in them.
Facts.
But when you grow up and you see your parents say they're gonna do something and then they do it all the time, like if your parents tell you, if you don't do your homework, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and you don't do your homework and they don't whoop your ass, you're never gonna do your homework. Oh, she ain't serious, ain't gonna bad. But if you know they're gonna do that to you, you're gonna do your homework all the time. You gonna have that habit there.
Like, one thing is like being an entrepreneur, doing business. There's some shitty ass months. You gotta sell yourself to. All right, new month, let's go.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, always sell yourself
every month.
It's just like
it's everywhere, man.
Like, can you go like 3-4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, not making a dime, and then tell yourself, damn, do it again.
Yeah, maybe.
Stick with it.
Cause most people gonna be like, well,
Most people be like, hell no,
I'm good.
That's why, like you said,
Even
people buy a gym membership.
oh yeah.
They don't come.
Even
don't
a
use
job interview too. Even like for people that are in the employee lifestyle, like 9 to 5 world space, resumes, job interviews, you're selling yourself to that company, to that opportunity.
Man, basketball recruiting, getting recruited, you gotta sell yourself. But you nice.
You
And they closing us to come to your school.
Right, exactly. It's
They
bro,
closing
selling.
us.
It's all
They
sales.
come to school. Then when we get there, we gotta sell them that we nice enough to
I can
play
still
right
play.
away.
Exactly.
You know, you just told me to come here. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Basketball recruitment, yeah, it's still
It's
everything.
crazy.
Even like leadership, like you're talking about jobs, but like the people who are putting people in positions to work, like me, like I have to. How the heck can I get young entrepreneurs to come to office and work?
Yeah.
Like, that's hard.
You told me to move to Minnesota in the middle of winter.
Yeah. So like leadership takes so much ability to sell and influence, and that's why it dives into like parenting too as well. It's like the best salespeople, raise the best kids because they know how to get their point across to their kids. Like if you have a kid that's hanging around with some badass friends, how are you gonna tell your kids not to hang around with those friends that he loves, that gives him that high, that gives, maybe that one of the bad friends is a girl that's always getting him in trouble? There's no way you're going to stop a 16-year-old boy from kicking it with a girl. That's hard.
Yeah,
so
tough.
if you're a parent, you gotta know how to sell and how to communicate to make sure your kids, end up being how you envision them to be. So like sales is just in everything that you do.
For sure, man.
So like, what would you guys say that like have you guys seen sales be used negatively?
Yeah, manipulation, bro.
Yeah, that's it for sure.
How have you seen?
Car salesman, telemarketers,
Scam likely.
Scamming
is like the biggest thing.
that.
Scamming is the biggest thing. That's
The scam likely.
Selling is good.
You gotta
Persuasion
act
is
on
good, but you gotta use persuasion the right way.
You guys
like-
have
and that's-
ethics, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I got sold in
Ain't no such thing.
I got sold when I was 17 years old. I got this dude. He called me. He's like, "Yeah, man, you just won some grant from the government. They're gonna give you $10,000. All you have to do is go to the gas station, put it on an Apple Card, and send it to us. Just give us the numbers on the back of it, and we'll give you the $10,000." I got sold because I ended up like like taking $100 from my parents, asking my parents for $100, and they're like, "Why do you want this $100?" And I sold them. I was like, "I just want to go, buy some stuff with my friends." I sold them, negatively too, because I lied, and they gave me that $100, and I went to the gas station and I paid for an Apple Card. The guy was asking, "Why you buying an Apple Card?" He's like,
To try to help you.
yeah, he's like, this guy told me I want $10,000, and I told him that. He freaked out. He was like, "Nah, I'm not letting you do this." Like, why is this kid asking to do this, right? Because he knew me too as well. I always went to that gas station by my house. So yeah, so that guy saved my life that day, man, because I was about to get scammed.
I did get sold by this lady. So in college, they gave us that stipend.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't finessing my school. I'm just gonna say they know about the situation. Somebody seen it from school. So basically, I was living in dorms, and if you live in dorms, you get a smaller check than if you live off campus, so they can pay your rent. But I was getting the dorms for living off campus. When I was on campus, so I was getting like $1,500 a month.
Yeah, you living in the dorms. Like.
I got a free meal card. I'm stacking. For one, I'm buying J's. I'm buying shoes. I'm going out of town, see my girl to Arizona. I'm spending. So I thought in January after Christmas. So I bought hella Christmas gifts. I'm gonna start stacking it, saving it. But when I got back, they found out. They called me in the office. They said, "Hey, I know you've been getting these checks. We're sorry, you made a mistake, but you have to cut your check to $90 a month. $90 a month."
Damn.
I was like, "What? I can't pay my phone bill with that."
Yeah.
So then what happened was I went on Indeed, looked for this job, and it was lady buy me my groceries. Not buy, but I'll give you the money. Just kind of help her out.
Yeah.
And I was doing it. And she wrote me a fake check and put it in my account. And I looked at my account. My dad called me because he had access to my account still.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Overdraft fee, 10 of them. Why your account negative $1,500? What's going on? Cops called. Hey, that check you got, she's on the wanted list. And I'm like,
damn.
I got cooked. I just got
wild.
sold by this old lady.
They
Damn.
should give you a fake check.
Fake
That's
check.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Sales can be used very, very
They're
negative
everywhere.
too as well. But man, sales changed a lot of our lives here. Sales made me more confident. Sales, made me a lot more money. Sales made me a leader. Sales gave me more people around me. Sales impacted my vision and made me believe in myself. So look, that's the top 5 things right there that sales helped me in my life. So what would you say, some things that help you with?
Definitely confidence, for sure. Like I said earlier, confidence, communication skills. Did I say confidence? I'm gonna say that again. Confidence is a big one. That's huge. I can't stress that enough, yo. Confidence is big because also on top of that, depending on what kind of sales you do, if you do high ticket closing, you're directly communicating with people and solving problems. So the more people, you have a direct impact on somebody's life, right? So 3-4 months later, once they enroll into whatever XYZ program that you signed them up for, their lives have changed. So the more lives you change, the better you feel about yourself. So confidence is big, communication is big, financially, obviously. Man, just really growing personal brand as well, like identifying who you are and what's your calling, right? I mean, growing up, I always knew that I was going to get it. I just didn't know what exactly how, right? I love sports. I was in the IT space for a couple of years, was in the corporate world for a couple of years, but I knew that wasn't what I was going to do for 10, 20 years of my life.
Oh yeah, I could have told you sports wasn't going to be what you was going to do for 10, 20 years.
I got to check, bro. Real talk, though. Real talk. I love, so that's the thing. Like, I always thought about, I love sports, but I knew I wasn't like an athlete about to go pro or nothing. So I was like, what can I do in the sports world? But like I said, long story short, thankfully, a concept like this came about, and it's like anybody can do it because we talk to people all day. We close deals without formally knowing what it is. Like we talked about before. You talk to your spouse, you talk to your loved one, sibling, brother, or sister who probably needed some guidance. They had a problem. They needed some guidance to get to a solution, and you walk them through that problem. You walk them through a solution. That's a form of closing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like I've had people come to me, some weird stuff, but like I've had a few people in my life that have actually helped save from suicide, which has been really, really weird. And that's when I knew at a young age I had ability to communicate. Because I remember this girl, she snapped me one time. I was like 15 years old. She snapped me one time. I was sitting at home. I was like, how I'd be up late. right? So I'm thankful.
Yeah,
She
super late.
should be thankful I was up late. So it's like 1 a.m. She hits me up. Well, she didn't hit me up. She posted on her Snap story. It was like, just tired of all this stuff here. This is, if you send this snap, it's probably gonna be my last snap. And I was just swiping by. I didn't even know her. I was just like, I saw a message like that. I was like, why is someone posting something so sad like that? I was like, what's up? Let me swipe up. I'm like, what's going on? Started talking to her and, communicating. And she's like, yeah, I'm about to kill myself tonight. And I'm like, 15. And I'm like, what? And I started talking to her a little bit. And then after a while, like, the communication stopped. So what I did was I called the cops. This is like 1 a.m. I called the cops, and I had no information from her because I don't know her number. I don't know her. So all I had was her. I told the cops, like, I don't know. I just know her Snapchat. And I just found her name through the Snapchat, and I gave it to them, and they actually pulled up to her house, and they actually saved her.
That's wild.
So yeah, she was like, yeah, if you didn't, and I talked to her after that. She was like, yeah, if you didn't, keep talking to me for as long as you did, because I talked to her for like 45 minutes before she stopped talking to me. So if you didn't talk to me by then, I would have been did it. So like we had to call the cops to get there. So like communication, it could take you so far if you use it the right way. You can help so many people, and that's why they pay negotiators. They make a lot of money.
Right.
Bomb threats. Like if someone wants to jump out a building, how you gonna, your nephew or niece come to you and say, "Oh, my boyfriend cheated on me." How are you gonna sell them to feel better? Like selling is so important that you know how to help people, how to get your point across, how to really just make people feel more comfortable or make people believe in themselves. Because sales is just getting the confidence that you got and putting it on somebody else.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
You transfer confidence, like in that example, as you're communicating with the individual, you're transferring confidence and you're transferring love, and you're transferring hope to someone who's vulnerable.
Exactly.
That shit real.
How about you? What's like some things you think sales really impacting you on?
Man, like I said earlier, bro, the biggest thing was just discipline. Like you guys all know, man, I'm trying to go out every weekend. I'm trying to find everything. Let's go get lit. Let's go turn up. But I mean, I guess it taught me to spend my time more efficiently.
Yeah.
Like instead of coming home playing the game, all right, let me get on my notebook real quick. Let me write something down. Let me make sure I got all these calls lined up for tomorrow. But I would say, yeah, just that and spending my time efficiently. But that's what it really helped me do.
Last but not least, what about you?
Me, confidence. Well, y'all know, I know you ain't known me before this, but y'all know I don't like to talk. I'm quiet, used to chilling to myself, but it's talking, and I found out I was actually, decent, got good at it over time. So definitely just my communication skills was one. Like Rome said, discipline. You really, as a closer and making 100 calls a day, gotta be disciplined about your time management, keeping up with your follow-ups, scheduled calls too as well. Number 3, definitely would say money, of course. Most money I've made in my life. This is my story.
You got a new whip, right?
I did get a new whip. Had $200 in my name last April when I came home.
I remember that.
Pulled up to my crib. Me and Marty and Trees I walked them down the street on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He told me, showed me how to do it. And then what should I say too?
Someone's telling you how to think about it.
I closed that person too.
He did close it.
Savage. Savage.
I'll say number 4 would be like what sales taught me. Let's see. Just really a lot about myself.
One thing I learned from you was like, as an entrepreneur, on that calendar, on that staying consistent, staying organized with like a daily consistent. Yeah, not just the calls, but like what time you gonna wake up, what time you gonna do this, what time you gonna eat this, that, and third. Remember we talked about that a lot.
Yeah, because time is the only thing we got.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so limited for one. The days go by fast. An hour on social media, that's an hour we could have been being productive.
Yeah.
Doing something to get better. At the end of the day, one thing I have learned is that time plus consistency for sure. So it's just like if you just put the work in, at some point it's gonna show up. But where a lot of people fail, they quit. That's
At the finish line, they quit in the middle.
You just don't know, like that's the only thing Go Rich with a gold mine where he was
the light at the end of the tunnel.
digging. He stopped. Somebody came from behind him, dug 3 feet. He like a building gold.
Yeah.
So it was just like you just go really. You just go and we all know, we all like to work all day. So it's just like kind of getting to habits. Sales taught me good habits too as well. So I understand habits is life. You want to be successful, we determine that by our habits. So I really say those 5 things for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Sales will tell you it takes one yes for success, cause
Facts.
you're gonna get a lot of no's.
You're gonna get a lot of
You're gonna
no's.
get
That's
no
don't
shows.
care.
That's
You're
a
gonna
grind.
get disappointments.
It's a grind, bro.
So it's a grind, man. So there you guys have it. There are those. We just gave you guys a lot of things on how sales can benefit you, not just in making money, but just in your life. It can help you with your confidence. It can help you with who you are as a person. It can help you identify your purpose, and it can help you, most importantly, help a lot of other people. Because when you can become the best salesperson that you can become, you can influence the people around you to become the best people that they can become. So I hope you guys enjoy this video right here, and we'll see you guys on the next AK Talk.
Let's go.